Hi guys, welcome back to Fundamentals of Design, a TUTS Plus premium course. I'm Kim Boltzma, and today we're going to talk about repetition. In the last lesson, we covered the principle of contrast, where design can provide emphasis by kind of like showing how items are different from one another. Today we're going to talk about the second principle of design, which is repetition. First, we're going to define the concept of repetition. And then we'll review repetition in action and ways to create repetition in any design. We'll end this lesson with an assignment to get you thinking about repetition and the designs around you. First of all, let's define repetition. Repetition is when an idea or an item is repeated in some sort of fashion throughout a design. For example, Apple uses several images of its iPods in an advertisement, not only to show the colors that are offered, but to emphasize through repetition all of the amazing options available in their products. Repetition adds consistency to any design, and it also allows for easy identification for the consumer. Visit any website and see consistency in repetition, from the menu layout being in a consistent place from page to page, to the other color schemes used throughout the particular website. I'm using the Envato array of websites. Repetition is key in good branding of a company or product too. Use of the same font in all the logos, a continuation of that same font in a website and on other designs and letterhead, etc. All of those contribute to the rememberability and familiarity of a company or a product for the consumer. Okay, let's take a look at repetition in action. There are 3 ways to create repetition. First, literally. Take a look at this VW ad. What they're doing is they're repeating the same Beetle design over and over from 1949 to 1963. And that's the literal sense of repetition. They're repeating the same thing, saying that their cars can remain the same for, 14 years, and they're still going to have the same familiarity, the same great build quality of Volkswagen. And then, always thinking of the great artist Andy Warhol. I mean, he took one particular picture and he repeated it over and over again, just simply changing or contrasting the color schemes of each of those pictures. The second way that you can create repetition in a design is through an aspect of the design. Thinking back to the example of the websites, let's repeat the navigational structure of a website. Always have it in the same place. What this does for your audience is creates a sense of calm. Users know what to expect without knowing what exactly they're going to get. This comfort will get repeat customers time and time again. Look at my friends over at Electric Pulp. Here, they've got the same kind of electric pulp in the background of the website. They've got a strong, bold gray bar going across the top with We Build Websites in that kind of fun, kind of old school yet modernized font. Their red logo at the top, and they've got the squares in the middle. You go into their About page. Same red logo at the top, same electric pulp in the background, same gray bar across the top, now altered just a hair to, kind of bring up here we are and the up close and personal, and they've got those same squares if you were to scroll down through the website to see all the team members, the 10 of them that are in that website. So again, the usability, the comfort level, I'm seeing similarities, and I feel comfortable in navigating that website. Another example of repeating an aspect of a design is through color. On the cover of Michael Brandman's novel, Robert B. Parker's Killing the Blues, notice that several of the forms of repetition are going on here. First, the matches. They've all been burned, with the exception of the one currently burning. Notice that the color of the flame is the color of Parker's name, as is the title, and then the color of the text, a Jessie Stone novel, is the color of the matches. To fade toward the bottom, we see the author's name, Michael Brandman, in a shade of the blue already used in the design. Here we're seeing repetition in objects, which are the matches, and colors, the blues and the yellows. And notice how it all coincides with what the text is saying. The third way to use repetition in a design is through type or through typography. Using the same fonts throughout an entire design, as in this Back to the Basics flyer, is an example of repetition. All right, take a look at the Star Wars typography. Using fonts in a certain manner across several designs, albeit logos, websites, flyers, etc., also creates a level of familiarity that a customer comes to recognize and therefore look for. In the Star Wars typography, they're actually using letters or using type in order to create all of the different familiar faces from the different Star Wars movies. All right, so your assignment. I want you to look for 5 examples of repetition in advertising. Be sure that you can explain why the designer chose to repeat what they did. All right, so next time we are going to take a look at alignment. We will see you next time.